1. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Rolls to Astonish. Tonight we are playing Wonderland again, Stranger Wonderland. I'm not the Eternal GM this time. Tonight I am playing Sarah Sparrow, our resident geek and nerd girl, and potential world-ending psychopath. Our illustrious GM role goes to the creator of Jags Wonderland and our wonderful GM, Marco.
Hello.
Also joining me tonight is Haley.
Hello, I'm playing Jules as usual. I'm the brutish beat 'em up grunge girl that right now is a little bit more badass now because shadows.
Yep. Also joining me is Zach.
Hi, I'm playing Russell. I am the shadow version anyway. He's rootin', tootin'. He's also going to be quite the cowboy here.
He's rootin', tootin', and gonna be shooting.
Bang, 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 bang.
Bang, 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 bang. Also joining me, and last but not least, is Eric.
Playing Vass, or in this incarnation, Sav.
Slav.
Sav.
Hello,
right.
hello, Slav.
So, as a creator of the game, I want to explain something for anyone who will be tuning in here. The characters right now are in the mansion of a mage, a magician, and Jags Wonderland has some very specific magic rules that are basically designed around the way that Wonderland works. There's kind of more of a magic setting than a magic system. But the important thing to note here is that everybody in Wonderland in the game has two elements. You have yourself and your shadow. The actual person in the shadow. And the way that Sarah Sparrow manipulated things was she unwittingly forced three of the characters, their actual human regular selves, to go into deeper Wonderland, which has the effect of taking their shadow selves and bringing their shadow selves into the real world. So and for most people, that would be something that looks just like them, kind of acts like them, but goofy, not really effective, seems strange, and is generally not someone you would want backing you up in a fight. However, for reasons that are unknown or unclear to the players, their shadows are like elite special forces types. So when she made that switch, the actual college-age students wound up in a lower level of reality, kind of a fantasy land, which we'll see more of in a second. And what came into the real world are these, incredibly badass spec ops and ninja types who Sarah, convinced to bodyguard her.
Convinced. Yeah, convinced. Let's go with convinced. That's a polite way of putting it.
Well, she couldn't really threaten you. Your shadows are friends with the Sarah Sparrow shadow and do not want the human shadow to die. So the human version to die. So it's not, you're not coerced to do it, but it's also not your shadows see the group of four of you as a team, even though Sarah is the Sarah Sparrow shadow is sequestered somewhere in a lower realm of reality, apparently trapped. She went down to a lower level temple in the Wonderland area known as Marie Imbrium, which is also the name of a gigantic crater on the moon. And she's trapped down there. And the enemy forces of Wonderland have taken steps so that she can't leave. The other players are going down the humans are going down to try maybe to find her, maybe to rescue her, whatever. But anyway, right now, the human Sarah Sparrow and the 3 Spec Ops type shadows are standing in the magician's room, in the entryway of his, fairly magnificent house. And it's quite a house. It's got all kinds of magical stuff. These are real magic items of various types. Crystal skeleton. He's got his little podium set up here with some inscrutable things around it, including a throne, which apparently he bought from the Blizzard role-playing game company because he thought it was cool.
Guy's loaded.
Yes, he is very, very clearly loaded. He is extremely loaded. He's got a copy of the Necronomicon and a Cthulhu statue, which he claims was created back in the 70s by a bunch of white supremacists who hired an advertising company to try to create a false religion that based on Lovecraft's work, which they thought they could use to influence people, make it seem like it was real. And so he bought all that stuff up as hard to get memorabilia, the trial stuff for it. But right now what's happened is that there's Joseph, who is, he's young, he's slightly hipper, he looks a little bit like a slacker. This is 1999, so flannel shirt, pretty much exactly what you would think of. And then there's these 2 much older magicians. One of them is Frederick. He's an obese fat man. His fingers are covered with glittering silver rings, each one of them with different types of memento moris, different symbols of death. Skulls and X's and other hard to see things on his fat fingers. And there is this thin, tall, older woman, maybe she could be anywhere from her late 40s and just a bit a bit hard living, or she could be indeterminately older, but she is stern and severe, tall and drawn up, and there is an element of queenly robes about her now, and both of them have had it. Jasper has been sort of excitingly, so he's excited to meet you and to have Sarah here, and he doesn't know what to make of your bodyguards. He almost certainly doesn't know, who or what you are. The idea of shadows like yourselves walking around here is almost unheard of. But the other 2 magicians wanted to have Sarah here, and you don't exactly know why, but you do know that they and their cabals, the various magicians who you met earlier in the game, they want Sarah for something. Sarah doesn't seem to have a shadow. And they find that both fascinating and interesting and potentially powerful. And so their plan is to sort of take her apart and figure out how she doesn't have a shadow. And in fact, she does have a shadow. It's just magically trapped by incredibly powerful forces deep in Wonderland, which usually doesn't happen. Usually, if that were to happen to someone, their shadow would just evaporate, and there would be another one created at a one of the more common lower levels of reality. So whatever's going on there is really weird, but it seems to ultimately end with the dissection and death of Sarah Sparrow.
Which
Possibly
is not good.
not in that order. And after watching their host, the owner of the house, and the extremely rich, although all these people are extremely rich, or seem to be, Jasper excitingly showing off his collection of rare objects and, cool paintings and basically just really interested to have sort of a magical semi-celebrity here, and thinks it's fascinating and interesting, and wants just wants to show her stuff, and then maybe talk about her condition. He has a idea for it, something that sounds like it seems like a better deal than being dissected and slaughtered and dissected. But
Keywords there.
these two magicians have decided they have had it. And after watching this, they're disgusted with the much younger, probably even richer Jasper, and they find you, Sarah, affrontive. And this begins with Frederick, the fat one, casting death magic all over you guys. This is a first strike collection of abilities that he has, and has some magic items to back them up. These are rings that were owned, either have been modified or were owned by poets and musicians. One of them by a rock star who died of a heroin overdose, whose name you know. He's taken these death objects, reworked them, had them reworked by craftsmen. Some of them are very old. One of them from Pompeii. The raw materials, and what he cast immediately to kick this off. What happens is, on the low layer of reality below this one is a sort of mold, a creeping, degenerate, corrosive thing. A thing that has intent and malice. It has eyes and small, scrabbly fingers, like centipede legs, and it expands like a net or like a spray, just coming out and covering everything. And anything that is alive in there will die horribly. And it binds any living thing on chessboard 1 to the next lower reality to itself on chessboard 0, and he could kill he could, if there was an entire battalion standing at parade rest on a football field, he could kill the whole thing with this pretty much instantly. However, not one of you has any presence whatsoever on chessboard 1.
We are deep in it.
Well, your shadows are on chessboard 0, and your real people are somewhere down around chessboard 4 or something. And you guys don't even realize it.
Man.
All right.
What a waste of magic.
Well, they're not quite finished yet, but we do go to combat. They are.
Do we see them like casting at us, or
you? So yes, yeah. You first off, your shadows have a sense of what happened. It's like
Interesting.
It's like it's not because you have a presence down there, which would be quite dangerous. But it is because you have sort of like an ear for it or a nose for it. Like you can detect micro changes on chessboard 0, and it tells you what's happening down on chessboard 1. And so yes, you guys feel this wave of desecration come rolling over you.
dude?
What a waste of magic.
Well, they're going to try other things too. He just goes red in the face of outrage. And
Jules would probably smirk a little bit. She's like, "What's wrong? Did your little magic trick not work?"
I think you're burying the lead, Sarah. Yes, waste of magic, but more importantly, that was disgusting.
You're right. Jesus, I don't think I've ever smelled something so bad.
Sarah's like,
I mean, I have, but let's not get into it.
Sarah's
Well,
like, this is your final warning. I don't want to I don't want to sick them on you, but if you keep doing this, I don't think I'll have a choice.
Sick, what are we, dogs?
The woman.
No, you're just
Thank you,
highly
sir.
effective killers.
What's the plan, guys? Are we? I'm looking at the woman as I'm talking to see if this, changes her. I say, are we murdering everybody here?
If they keep trying to do this, then yeah.
Well,
I'm not talking to you, Sarah. I'm talking to the rest of us.
Oh.
Well, in honesty, we shouldn't spill any blood here, because that could incarcerate us. But we can subdue them in quotations.
well, Jasper is like, his hair is standing on end. He was extremely close to, or perhaps even inside, what they threw at him. Now, Jasper is not unprotected. Whatever he did to set up here, he had an idea of what was coming, and he might not have lived through that outside the house or outside of his preparation, but he was well enough prepped that he lived through it. But he is unquestionably about to hit back, and the woman is reaching for two weapons that you can't see, but you have. It's like they're invisible. It's like she's reaching for knives or something at her waist, or into this. You have this impression of her wearing like queenly robes, even though she's just wearing a nice suit. But if you look away in your mind's eye, she's wearing these velvet and rabbit fur robes covered in designs and arcane designs, and she's reaching inside it, and you think that they're about to start doing stuff on chessboard 0.
Can I be quick on the draw?
Yeah.
Jules would be quick on the draw. She's like, she's drawing a weapon. Open fire!
Well, yeah, and Jasper is basically is like, did I just survive that? Holy fuck. All right.
Should probably go hide.
Everyone roll initiative.
Oh,
By the way, Taylor is I don't know exactly where Taylor came. I'm going to rule that she's out with the statues.
Yeah.
Because they would have sent, everyone would have sent her away.
Fucking Christ.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah,
well, Russell's going first.
I go first.
I'm not even gonna bother rolling because I don't have anything to fight with.
Actually, Vasili's going first, maybe.
No, I do the -4 thing, so that's actually a 12.
Jesus Christ, I move with a +10.
Okay. Russell is at +10. That is, in fact, going first. What about Jules?
That is, I succeeded by 4.
Okay. And Vasily?
2.
Fred rolls a 7, which is good, but he's not especially fast. And Agatha rolls a 15, which is terrible, and she's totally not fast.
All right.
Well, and Jasper rolls a 10, which doesn't do him any favors either. All right, Russell, you go first.
All right, we're
Do
drawing.
you have firearm skill?
I do.
Okay, what level?
Let me double check. I believe it is level 3.
Okay, you can fast draw. That means you'll make a weapon skill roll to draw for no REA.
Just the roll for none.
It's a roll. Yeah, it's just a roll against your gun skill. What is your?
So my gun skill at the moment
Firearms.
is. Oh, it's a 14 at the.
Okay, so you can roll against a 14, and if you make it, you draw for free.
Okay. Hey.
Wow.
Sweet.
You need to get one of them fancy fast draw holsters, but yeah, you draw it for you quick draw the guns anyway. Okay.
So with dual wield,
Mhm.
I was reading that it said I could use one REA for like one shot if I was
Yeah.
reading that.
Yep. So one of your shots costs a single REA. So the gun's base damage is 13 pin. And how much bonus do you get for your level of gunslinger?
Let's see. I believe. Let's see. I get a +3 to my damage with level
Okay,
1.
so you're shooting for 16 points of penetrating damage.
All right, taking aim. Just shoot.
Okay. Aim cut will still cost you 5
It'll cost me 5.
or 3.
Okay. I guess we'll just. So one shot is one REA, and then I guess I can make one shot with one REA, and then aim.
And then, yeah.
So
one of your guns fires. Bang. Go ahead.
all right. 14.
Okay, who are you shooting at?
I'm gonna go for well, since she's drawing a weapon, I'm gonna go right for Ag.
Okay, you shoot at Agatha. All right. She is at -0 to be hit.
Mhm.
And you rolled a 14, so you hit by 0.
Yes.
Okay. It does not penetrate. The bullet slams into her, and it's like it hits kind of a wall. So go ahead and roll and add +0. You're rolling on the penetration damage table.
Okay.
The base damage is 16, and you just roll and add +0. So go ahead and
Just roll. So 12.
okay. I believe that is -2, -1.
Nice one. Yeah.
Okay. So that is 15 points of damage.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
that damages her. Hold on. Okay, hold on a second. Somebody just came to the door. Give me one second.
Not a problem.
just gotta draw the hand cannons and then take shots. Yes.
I think you're a gunslinger and I'm a freaking black belt.
Well, one of us has to be range.
I mean, I took some firearms, but I figured I had the dual wielding. I'm dual wielding katanas, so I figured that'd be better.
Yeah, no, that's credible.
I am back.
All right.
Okay, so boom, she shudders. There's no blood drawn, but in the air in front of her, you can see these faint spiderweb whiskers, cracks, like you shot her through a window. She has a force field.
Let's take aim and shoot time.
Okay, you bring the other gun around and aim and fire.
All right.
So this costs you 10 REA, 9 REA really, and 5 to aim, and then 4 for one shot around. So that costs you 9 REA, and go ahead.
All right.
This is 16 or less to hit.
All right. So that's going to be a 5.
Okay, so you hit by 11. Okay, she had a 12-point force field, and it was reduced to 9, but that still won't penetrate.
Still won't penetrate. All right.
No. It will not. But force fields are almost impossible to penetrate. So, I mean, they can be done, but you need to really overwhelm them. All right. So
When they're down, when they're almost down, yeah.
Yeah, when they're almost down, you'll penetrate them. But right now, her force field is at 9, so you still get your bonus.
So I got what, a +11 for my.
Yeah. So you roll and add 11, and this is going to be on the impact damage table.
All right.
Yeah.
5, 8,
Uh-oh.
9
Yeah.
+11, so 20. So 20 is a. What is that? Instead of times 2?
No, that's on the
Plus
penetration.
3. Plus 3.
Yeah, it actually would have been on the impact one too, honestly, but it's the same thing.
Okay.
So how much? Plus 3?
Plus 3.
Okay, so 19, 20 points of damage.
Bang.
Okay, she snaps back. This thing does a lot of damage through her force field, which is a minor wound. She's tough, but not that tough. She rolls a 5, however, and toughs it out. No problem. Jules gets to go.
Tougher than shit.
Ooh. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so first things first, because honestly, with how I've built up her shadow, she's going to have to get up close and personal. And considering between my two options here, and the fact that her force field is now down, I might be going for Agatha, because Frederick, he might have his magic, but he's also slow as fuck and dense as fuck.
Okay.
So Jules is gonna run out to Agatha, and she ain't even drawing her blades right now. She's using some of that martial arts, so she's gonna try and knock this bitch's face in.
Okay.
Hard.
All right. Go ahead. Okay, so you pay 5 REA to move to her.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. They're close enough. You can do that. You come up on the steps, and what are you striking with?
Let me see here. Just karate punch.
Okay. That's 5 REA. What level karate do you have?
Level karate, I have level 2, and I also have all the archetypal stuff, black belt, martial arts, such.
Okay.
I got a lot behind me.
All right. So
Okay.
5 points of. Okay, so 5 REA to move, 5 REA to punch. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me just make sure I. Oh, no, damn it! Accidentally closed my window. Trying to check to see stuff here. With the. What? Ouch. This might hurt. Okay. So with this +4 or +2, whatever, hand to hand, do I add that to this roll, or is that for the damage?
That's for the damage. That's
okay.
all.
Just want to make sure first before I roll.
Yep.
Damn it! That's a flop.
You miss.
Missed it by 2.
Yeah, she's at no negative to be hit, but that still misses. She leans back. Do you have another strike? I don't think so. What's your REA?
My REA is 11, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, you don't have another strike. What are you have armed dangerous, black belt, counter puncher, martial arts external? What does that give you?
Martial arts external. I get
so plus 1 attack. You have for 1 REA.
So you have another strike in you.
Yep, you can take another punch. Oh, and you get +2 to your martial arts skill. Did you take that into account?
I figured that went automatically into the sheet because I don't know how the sheet works with all that stuff.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna do that automatically. So you actually have a 16 or less.
16 or less. So that 16 technically hits.
It's a hit by 0. Okay, and you do +4. You do +4 damage.
Plus, I get internal and external. Actually, that's. Let me see here. Actually, that's +4 because each of those give me +2 to the martial arts skill. So that's made it by 2, and I get an additional 6 damage for the unarmed strike.
Right. You actually get +6 damage for the unarmed strike. For internal and external, you also get
+4 to my martial arts skill.
plus Actually, no, it's only +2 to skill because you only take the highest. So you would
Oh,
put
okay.
but you get the +4 for armed and dangerous black belt. So you have 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 3 is 11. So you do hand-to-hand damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll, add 0. This is on the impact damage table. You roll an 8, 9, 10. No, you roll 4.
So yeah, that's a 4. 2 plus 8, you said?
Yeah.
That's
Well, you're okay. So you rolled a 4, which is a third damage. All right, but your base damage with your punch is 11 for your archetype points, plus 2 for your karate skill, so that's 13. What's your strength?
my strength is a whopping 14.
Okay, plus 4. So that's 11, 12, 13, 17. So you do a third damage of 17, which is 6 points of damage. That is enough
Yep.
to go through her remaining force field. She takes 1 point of damage through it, and it reduces her force field by 3. And she has to make a minor wound roll.
Yeah, I just imagine she runs up after Russell blasts her, and it's just like, the first one hits, and she's like, "You really can't hit." Fuck you, bitch.
She is stunned.
Fuck yeah. Hit the fat one.
So you get one more. You get one more.
I get one more hit.
Yeah, because of your black belt. Your external martial arts gives you a strike.
I'm a cream in her face.
For 1 REA, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm a cream in her face.
Okay.
Mm.
You roll 8.
That's a hell of a success.
8. So you hit by 8. Okay, roll it at 8. We're on the impact damage table, adding 8.
Ooh, that's not good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 13. So that's
1 times damage. 17. Well, it's 17 points of damage. She takes 15. It blasts through these shards of invisible glass break around her, and she goes over backwards. The spray of blood from her nose, unconscious.
Jules just kind of standing there. She's like, "I know it's telling not to hit my elders, but fuck you, lady."
Vasily, you had +2.
Yes.
Okay.
As you basically just watch Jules beat down this old lady into nothing.
Yeah, you just carved her up. I'm looking at Mr. Death Spell, and I'm gonna
Well, he actually gets to go first. Oh, you got
Nice
plus
hook.
3.
And I'm right here. Oh, fuck.
Okay, he is stating some kind of mantra, and he brings his hands together in a way that looks kind of like a cross between a prayer and some kind of meditative, some kind of meditative trigger. This is targeting Sarah, actually. Sarah, make a con roll.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
There we go. Audio's back on. Well, it's 11, so that's not bad.
What is your con?
I need to look it up.
And also, what's your not just what's your con. The question is, what is your hold on a second.
My con is only 10, so I actually failed.
Okay.
I won, but still fail.
Yes. Okay. You feel this cold grip. He is attaching his life force to yours, You feel this cold grip inside your chest. He is. What? How much? Actually, what is your? Do you have a resisted? Your resisted defense handy?
Let me see if I can pull it up. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. My resisted defense. Oh my god. Why? Oh, there it is. Oh wow. Okay. Resisted defense. I see defensive grapple. Jeez, this
Resisted
sheet has
defense.
a lot.
Resisted defense is what you want. Yeah. Resisted
There's
defense.
so much. There's so much on this sheet. Where am I even looking?
Resisted defense.
I don't know where that is.
Okay, it would be.
What's your DP?
My DP? It says 10.
It can't be right. Your DP is, so your con is,
10.
you've got 18 points of twist or something like that.
Yeah, I haven't factored those into this sheet yet.
Oh,
And besides,
yeah.
I'm cut off from my shadow anyway.
No, but you still
Yeah,
get
but
the.
you still
Yeah,
get-
you still have that.
Okay.
Still the points.
You know, so that's like 9, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, 9.
We'll go with
So
19.
your DP, that's
So your DP
19.
is your DP is 19, which is also your resisted value.
Okay.
So, his attack value is 20, and it's got a slightly higher. So but that's still only a minor wound. You
Okay.
are frozen right now.
Okay.
He does not have a full grip on you, but you can feel like this cold hand close over your heart.
I'm like, guys.
We're working on it!
Yeah. Well, and okay, and then Vasily.
Okay. So I am going to.
By the way, he looks pretty damn surprised because his the power level of this attack against a normal person would be pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, it would obliterate a normal person.
Well, what it would have done is put your life in his hands, and if he was attacked, transferred some of that damage to you.
Right.
So, but in this case, he's just got
He's just got a grip on me.
immobilizing. Yeah. So,
Just kill him. Take him down.
Working on it.
it's Vasily's turn.
Yeah. How far away from him am I?
You are about a step move, so like 5 yards, 4 yards.
As I was saying, it only took me 5 REA to get Agatha to punch her lights out, so.
I say, do we have any questions we want to ask this guy? Or they have any intelligence value, or just?
I can knock his ass out, please!
Just shoot him.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we be intelligent here? No, just punch his lights out. Okay.
I raised the question. I fast draw my shotgun. And I am going to aim for 5 REA
Okay.
or +2, and then shoot him. I roll a 10 and hit by 6. This is a cleave shot, so its base damage is 26.
What'd you hit by? Barely enough. There is something about him not being where you think he is, but he doesn't quite pull it off.
Ooh.
Dabo.
Pixie magician. So I did hit him.
Yes,
Did I hit him by 6?
you hit him by 6, and he has no meta-human defenses.
Nope.
Okay, so
Automatic.
that will double to a hit by 12. Yeah. Okay, wow. I get a terrible roll, but that's all right. It comes out to a 15, which is 27 plus 10%. 30 points of damage.
Ouch. He might be missing a part of his body.
Kind of blown his head up. If he's a regular human being.
Yeah, there's this thunderclap, and his head or his chest, he's blown backwards. The gun kicks in your hands, and there's this splatter of blood across the carpet. This large splatter of blood and viscera.
Too bad about the expensive carpet.
Yeah, Jasper just stares and stares.
I mean, I kind of like that carpet.
Sarah just
That's a
sees
16th century rug.
Sarah just sees this and just immediately vomits on the floor.
Taylor is running towards the common room and hiding behind a pillar when she gets there.
I'm going to pick up the police up the shell casings.
I guess I'll use my procedure to get started. Good job, you two. Made quick work.
I mean, that's what we do, right? That's kind of what Sarah brought us here for. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Jasper is pretty he shell shocked actually. He stares at you. There are guys storming in from the outside, with weapons drawn, and Jasper is saying, "Stay back, stay back, stay back," holding his hand out as he, walks up towards the middle of the thing. Stay back. There's like a gaggle of people in the entryway, the bodyguards and stuff, and he's yelling at them, "Get outside, close the door, and I need to make some call."
Well, I wonder how this will upset the hierarchy.
Very.
Okay, he is hustling you guys out of there, upstairs.
Okay.
Move.
Hey, don't you manhandle me. You saw what I did to that bitch.
Well, he's like, you guys need to get out of here. You need to go upstairs now. He says, "I have a number for a cleaning crew. I've never used them, but I'm going to call them. We should not be here. You should not be here."
All right.
I mean, no fucking kidding.
We're going.
Well, Sarah has Tara has run over to Sarah.
Sarah.
Sarah's looking very pale.
Aren't you going to loot the bodies?
Vasily, could you not think like that and get your ass up here now?
All right, let me go pick him up. Russell picks up Taylor and Sarah.
There's always time to loot the bodies.
No, Vasily, not this time. We gotta go now.
Look, as much as I want the nice rings the guy had on, we should go.
You fucking rogue. Get up here.
Okay, I'm going.
This is coming from me saying this. Get up here.
I'm going to evaporate back into the ether. It doesn't do me any good, but
Yeah, Sarah's
Upstairs.
really pale.
Sarah, although she's sort of a jerk, could keep them. So I'm just saying, tactical effectiveness. But if we're all in a hurry, I'm going.
Let's go.
You get your butt up here. I will grab you by your antlers and drag you up here. Now move.
I don't have antlers. That's the other me.
I guess.
I will make you grow them. Damn it! Do not doubt me.
Okay, stop it, you two. Get moving.
All right, fine.
Carries Sarah and Taylor.
We're up.
Okay, can you guys see the screen? My screen?
Yes.
Which one?
Yes.
Well, can you see
Yes.
the medieval?
Yes, I can now.
Okay, I wasn't sure because allow. Okay.
Yeah, as soon as it cools down, though.
All right, give me a second because this is obviously taking some time. So I'm using their screen sharing. Come on, their screen sharing software is different than the one we had, but it looks like it might be better.
It's just darkness and shadows.
Well, that's the
Hello,
moonscape.
darkness, my old friend. I've come to suck with you again.
Something.
Yeah, we just beat some fuckers down. Meanwhile, down below on the moon, because yes, the
In the
moon
void.
is down.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty nice. There's a Dunkin' Donuts and a Starbucks at least. Wasn't our goal to get donuts before we went off to find Sarah? Sarah's shadow.
Okay, where the hell am I?
Looking at the moon, evidently.
Yeah, you would think, but apparently
I would
Does
appreciate
anyone like
it.
donuts?
God.
I did
that's
see
not.
the town at one point.
Is donuts
Yeah,
gonna be our, is donuts gonna be our shawarma?
Say again, Steve.
I said, is donuts gonna be our version of shawarma? Where the group just after a job well done just goes and gets donuts.
You fucking hell.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that.
Job well done. Set the box in the car.
Come on.
Give me a second. So
He's trying.
guys, yeah, no, I don't know exactly what happened there, but it got munged between me sharing the screen and so now it's gonna have to reload all the shaders, which will take a second, but we'll do this the way that it has been done since antiquity. Until we have from the time of antiquity, you have to imagine. So you guys are standing.
Imagination.
Crap.
You guys are standing outside of a town wall that you have walked up to. There is this medieval-looking gate with green light shining from inside, and you can see a few figures moving around in there. Overhead, the sky is not just a big moon, but a gigantic moon.
The moon.
Yes. It is a massive. It's like a moonrise that you're inside of, and you can see that you guys are on like a plateau with craters around and stuff. But far across the distance, you see that you are in this basin of a ocean-sized crater with this wall of mountains, or crater wall, whatever you want to call it, swooping around in this perpetual dusk. And in the far distance, and this looks like it's a long way away, you can see these structures carved out of the rock, out of the mountains. This is very far. And you don't know exactly what you're dealing with there, but it looks like the distance to the distance across Maria Imbrium, there is this gigantic structure somewhere off in the distance with very dim lights and what looks like these huge statues. Standing by the door, let's see if I can get us over there. Here we go. So there's this kind of bored-looking barista, young woman, slightly dark skin tone. She seems kind of modern, and she's wearing, a Starbucks uniform. Oops.
Oh, hello. That's a wall.
Yeah. You
Punk.
run into a wall. So she's wearing and she has she's happy to serve you. You guys have some American money on you, which she looks at like yeah, I've seen this before, but she takes it. She seems not she's not robotic. She's she's customer service.
I would like a latte. Lots of foam.
Oh my god, you're such a basic white bitch.
She's.
If I recall, you weren't much better in the early days.
She's handing it over.
It's 1999. I don't think we say basic yet, but
I imagine Jules is very
Basic's
slowly
not-
looks
Basic
over
is
at
not
Russell
in
and
the-
just hits him hard enough in the shoulder to leave a bruise.
Ah, fuck! Ow! Christ! What was
And-
that for?
You want to talk shit about me again? I'll leave next bruise on your neck.
So I asked the barista, I say, what do you call this
Offer
place?
threat.
Where are we at?
And she says, "This is the town of Limnal."
Gesundheit.
Limnal?
Criminal. Okay. Who we want to talk to? Who's in charge here? Who would that be?
Okay, she when you say that, there is a shadow of her face, and well, there's the mayor. The mayor
Place to start.
yeah, his house is right inside, actually. You could talk to the mayor.
Well, there's somebody else that we could talk to. If you sound a little unsure.
She shakes her head. No.
We don't
But
got a
there
choice.
is definitely, you can see fear in her face. There is
wrong with the mayor?
no. The mayor is okay.
You just look afraid.
I say perturbed, but
Would you like a coffee or something? I can help you with a coffee.
My latte.
Yeah, you get your latte.
I guess I'll have some hot chocolate. That will help you get your mind off things.
She's quickly and efficiently makes it. There are two guards by the gate. Both of them are slightly plump. They are carrying pole arms with banners on them.
I find it hard to drink the latte with. I'll get a straw.
And you can see the dark tower and
The tower part of the wall, or is it inside?
no, this isn't. Yeah, this is part of the wall. You can see that, right?
Oh, yep. Yeah. When we've got our stuff.
Yeah, the guards are by the gates. They're flanking the walls, and they definitely see you over there. And people coming to the town at night. It seems like noteworthy, but they're not like freaked out. They're just watching you. And you guys have your coffees.
You look pretty bizarrely inhuman.
You do, but they're not. They're dressed in kind of red and white uniforms. And
okay, well we'll approach the gate and wave to them, looking as unassuming as we can, and we look.
And he says, "Wait, travelers. This town is all closed up for the night. It's we are a quiet town." He looks back inside, and he says, "And although there is an inn, and I believe they have rooms, if you've far to go before morning, you'll find the trail down to the basin, to the sea basin, over to," and he points to if you're staring at the screen to your right, his left, meaning past the town and down this rise towards the base of the huge desert-like Marie Imbrium.
I mean, to be honest, we're not quite sure where we're going. We still need to try and orient ourselves with where we just arrived.
Also, it's the moon, isn't it always night?
I mean, I don't see the whole Earth out yet, so it must be early.
It's well, we have day and night, of course. We're not barbaric.
That's not barbaric. That's archaic. There's a difference.
Yeah. But yes, the moon is always out. Do you have business at Liminal?
Mike, we want to talk to the mayor.
He frowns at that. He looks at his friend, and they both kind of peer out. They look past you, and they're looking out across this plain of craters and rocks and ridges and these jagged spikes going up into the sky. So like to see if there's like horses or a caravan or something else out there for where you came from, like more people, just these weird three people showing up at night. And one of them says, I believe he's sleeping, and the other one says, but we're to inform him if there's a visitation. And the other one says, yes, but are these students a visitation? And the first one says, I will go and inform. You take them to the inn. To the inn, yes, to the tavern. It will be open. The other one says, I do not know if it will be open. He says, yes, it will. And they both look at each other, and they both nod to each other. And the one on the left says, would you permit me to take you into one of our inns or taverns while we roust the mayor?
Sure.
He nods. You don't get a sense of subterfuge from these guys. More unsure, nervous.
How did they seem kind of nervous?
Yeah. So that's the mayor's house on the screen right now. You can see it lit with purple light inside the park. Yes, there are jack-o'-lanterns.
Is it Halloween?
Do you ask that?
Yes.
And he says, oh no, thank goodness no. There's a tower over there, a bell tower. And you can see lights on burning in top rows of dark houses. There is some kind of huge structure over there and a brilliantly lit up billboard far in the distance, but it's big. And there is, past the carriage, there's a bunch of trees and a small house with a lamp post in front of it. You can see the lamp post.
Looks like a... So that must be the tavern. Or a doc's office.
And he says, that is, that's our wise woman.
Wise woman?
He nods.
What does that entail?
She can do medicine. She can do fortunes. She can do blessings sometimes.
Blessings.
Yes. And especially to say blessings over the dead.
Oh.
So she's kind of a multi-purpose?
So he says, well, she's a wise woman. Yeah, they do a lot of stuff. Potions. She makes potions and very good knitting.
Question mark?
Good knitting.
Very good.
Wait, I can get a scarf here?
You might be able to get a scarf from her.
That's neat. My old one kind of ripped apart.
Well, maybe we should talk to maybe we should talk to the mayor and see if the wise woman's around. Do I think it's like super early in the morning when
You think you get the feeling that this is kind of middle of the night. Hard to be sure exactly, but yeah, you get the feeling it's kind of middle of the night.
So if we go and see people, it'll be incredibly rude.
Well,
potentially.
Potentially. So wherever there's lights on, it seems
I
like
mean, that'd be a smart idea, but I say we wait until morning till we start poking around with people because honestly, right now I'm still kind of confused about what the heck is going on here personally.
And to be up, well, we can't be sure how much time we spend here and how much time happens up there.
Honestly, I'm not sure there's really connection of time between down here and up there. Let's be honest.
Was. So.
well, he says,
Well,
she says she's up at all hours, and the bar's lit and the clock tower. I mean, people are up. I'm sure there's somebody awake in the mayor's house as well, but it may be a bit before he comes out to see you. He'll want to be dressed and such. You being visitors and all.
So let's take stock. We're here because we got pushed into the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Sarah
wanted our other selves.
Still gonna smack her across the
head.
And we took the elevator here just to see where it went. We don't really have.
Well, so kind of. You actually do have a better idea than that. Sarah is down here. Sarah's shadow.
We're here to try to find her.
Yeah, and you don't have your bearing, although you think it might be in that temple far distant.
Right, so let's talk to the wise woman if she's up at all hours, and see if she has any guidance on where we might find our friend's missing shadow. Take us to the wise one.
Yeah, the guard is a bit. He's a bit spooked going over here, really. He's walking you through. There's these trees, and they are odd trees. These are not. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that everything exactly you see on the screen is what you see here. Although there's this great big super mansion over there, and some other weird stuff. But these are weird trees and metal lamppost.
Everyone seems kind of spooked here.
What's that?
Nerved.
Yeah, people seem a bit spooked. Maybe,
Halloween. So, is that a Coca-Cola sign?
Yes.
Yes, that is.
Why? You know what? Never mind.
Hey man,
Just don't think about it.
Sometimes you need a Coke.
I personally don't think cocaine is the correct answer to solve every medical problem.
No, here's the question, Zach. Does it make you want a Coke, though?
No, it does not.
It doesn't make you want a Coke, though. You thirsty?
I don't like Coke.
Are you thirsty now?
Not really, no.
Are you thirsty, though?
No.
Vastly, are you thirsty?
You're the thirsty one amongst us, okay?
So he comes to the door and he looks at it, and he gives it a sort of a tentative knock, and it opens. The door is opened, and there's cracked like about 6 inches, and there's nobody there, except down at the floor. There is a black cat that has sort of pawed the door open.
Can I let it sniff my hand and try to pet it?
You reach down, and it looks up with you with these brilliant green eyes.
Oh, you're so beautiful.
It says, "I charge for ear scratches."
Lovely. Fair enough.
Cocks its head looking at the 3 of you and glares at the guard, who kind of steps back a little bit. kind of adjusting his collar for the sweat. And it says, I presume you have some business?
We're seeking wisdom.
Did the cat just talk?
Yes, the cat is talking.
We're seeking wisdom, and we hear that there is a woman here who's gifted with such.
There's a woman. A wise woman.
And it says you have traveled all the way to our benighted little town seeking our wise woman. It narrows its eyes. It does not believe this. However, its rear leg kicks the door open further, and inside you can see that there's like a woven mat on the floor. There's wooden furniture that's been covered with rugs. So someone has hung, woven rugs over the wooden furniture to give it kind of a padded look. It doesn't look haphazard or anything. It actually looks quite nice and cushioned. And there is a smell coming from inside. It is a delicious smell of fresh bread.
Huh.
Warm bread.
I'm getting hungry now. God damn it.
There is tea set out on I'll say it's a crude wooden table. It is, it is a table. And it looks like it's been made by a craftsman, but it's not like the kind of thing you get at, Rooms to Go. Handmade wooden table. And a overweight woman carrying a tray of tea has come out and set it down.
Huh.
Steam rising from a copper teapot. The cat looks back and says, "Your guests are here." And she says, "Well, let them in."
Carefully over the cat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jules kind of peers in through the door. Hi.
Hello.
She sort of nods. And the guard says, and she says, "You can wait outside by the rock." He gives her a grateful nod and scurries off.
Well, he's antsy.
Can you blame him?
She says, "They're trying times." The cat jumps up the back of one of the sofas, and she says, "Come, you may sit. If you take the tea or the bread, you're welcome to. It is not poisoned or drugged or anything inauspicious."
Oh, cool. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your hospitality.
Is this one of those things where if we eat something here, we can never go home?
I don't think this is Hansel and Gretel at the moment.
She says, "I would
If
like
it
to
wasn't, who's who?
The baking is so good that once you taste it, you would never want to leave." But no.
I'll get some bread.
Russell will pick up the teacup, just peer it at the tea.
The cat watches the three of you crouch down like it's going to pounce, tail swishing slightly.
Jules kind of glances at Cat and she's like, "You pounce and you'll see how far I can kick a pussy."
Its eyes narrow to brilliant green slits. Are they actually glowing?
Jules, let's not antagonize the cat.
She looks at the cat and says, "Don't." And he says, "I'll have you know I'm a Tom."
Tom?
Cat.
I see.
And she says, "So, you quite have your bearings for a visitor." In the kitchen, you can see what looks like a still, like for brewing alcohol, but you also see green bottles of Coke in one of those old-time machines.
Russell takes a sip of his tea.
She says, "So, you don't think you're dreaming and you're not trying to wake up. You don't think you're terribly lost and need to find your way home.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
So you're looking for something.
Well, someone, more or less.
Hmm.
A friend of ours got lost in these parts.
How unfortunate for them. It sounds like she means that.
Tangential question. Why is everyone here in this little liminal town walking on eggshells? What are they all afraid of?
Her eyes shift off in the direction. Off in that direction. I mean, you're inside. That's the direction she looks.
Afraid of the tree.
Hmm?
There's a big tree.
Well, okay. Yeah, there's a big tree. There's stuff past the tree. You can't. You don't know precisely what she's looking at over there. And she says this is a factory town.
Evidently.
Traveler. You can call me Marigold now. Have your. You guys tell her your names.
Yes. First name.
That's fine.
I'm Vasily.
Now.
Call me Russell. Or Russ.
Jules. Just Jules.
Like gemstones?
Yeah, I guess. Just. I have an actual name, but I prefer not to be called it for
The
obvious
cat
reasons.
says units of heat. She gives it a disapproving look.
Russell just kind of murmurs to himself, like.
And she says it is a factory town, and the town does have an elected mayor who she kind of waves a hand in a sort of so whatever way. Does have an elected mayor. The real owner of this town and its people and its workers is the factory foreman. And he is not the forgiving type.
Like
the
a
cat
real.
says he's sort of the eat your children type. She says yes, that too.
Sorry, what? The what?
Eat your children type.
Oh.
Like literally?
She looks at the cat, and the cat says yes, literally.
Jesus.
She says our town has. It's hard to deny that it's done well, but if it were up to me, he would never have been allowed in. And once he was, well,
Sounds like a pirate.
these are dark times.
Evidently.
The pumpkins keep him away. The street lamps you saw outside provide me some protection. Doesn't come over here much. The cat's tail swishes.
So he's like some kind of superstitious spirit kind of thing, considering you're keeping him back with things of archaic tradition like lights and pumpkins and such. Sounds like it to me.
Yes, exactly.
I'm guessing something of either pagan or Wicca descendantry, roughly.
The cat says semiotics, unit of heat.
Does the cat have a name? Russell asks.
I swear if it's Salem, I'm going to flip a table.
He says, since we're all using first names, I go by Gray Malkin. You can call me Gray.
Gazoon type?
So wouldn't it be easier to call you Black?
He says, you're not original. I hear that
I'm
all the time.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Russell, be a little bit more original. Try Onyx.
Oh, you're right. That's a stone, not a color.
Or if we're gonna be real clever, you can call him pot and or kettle.
Oh, you're right. You're right. So, be the pot or the kettle, ma'am.
Because you was definitely black.
He says, I've never much liked pots, but I've known a kettle or two that I was proud to call a friend.
What's this, Beauty and the Beast type shit? What the fuck?
He says there's lots of beast. There's all kinds of beast, Jules. She says, that is enough. I will get the broom if you keep talking like that to our guest.
Why waste your effort on a broom? I got a boot.
She gives you a dim look.
What?
Hi.
I say we didn't come here to fight with the cat. We came here to find our friend.
Your friend has almost certainly not come to this town, or I believe I would know it.
Yeah, she's a bit deeper down, but the thing is we're struggling to try and find a way to get deeper down.
There's a temple in the middle of the crater, right?
Yeah, it's far distant.
We have a sinking feeling she might be there. Is there?
Not even a sinking feeling. I think we pretty much have confirmed at this point that she's there.
The Temple of the Rose.
Yes.
Yeah. She's like.
Any way to get from here to there?
Without the cat has popped its head up and ears up at that. Oh. And she says there is a train. Right. And the cat says the ghost train.
Oh, that sounds marvelous.
So is there a skeleton driver?
It runs across the basin. It serves several towns as it is. Yes, you could take the train to the Temple of the Rose, although if your friend is there, they may have their mind may no longer be intact.
Well, I mean, Sarah's mind was never completely intact to begin with, so
there really won't be much of a difference. So,
not really, no.
For the first time, the cat purrs.
So what do we need to do to get on this train? To get to that?
And she says, well, so first things first. You absolutely don't want to be caught wandering around here on the factory land, which means we're just going.
What? The factory's land? Fuck, come on. That's just mean.
She says that so the guard, we'll have to tell the guard to keep it quiet. I would imagine the first thing that we'll have to do is make sure that you don't tell. There is a knock on the door. Bang, bang, bang. And she says, the mayor. And the cat says, the mayor.
Mayor? Oh.
Oh, fuck.
She says, so much for that.
Should we hide?
Yeah, should we hide?
Let's not hide.
No.
Time to get put to work.
The mayor. Go. He'll probably put you in the inn. And then in the morning, you can simply go. And I'm sure we can get you directions to the train station. You might have to wait there for a few days. The train does not run regularly, but if you keep your heads down, you should be fine. Just travelers passing through.
All right. Let me ask this: What happens if we actually stay? Like, what's the consequence then? I just would rather have my head wrapped around what the fuck is going on here.
Maybe we should
Okay.
answer the door.
The
Let's
cat
answer the
says,
door.
"You'll get eaten." And the door is opened by the guard. Yeah, it's one of these. There is a bodyguard outside who looks similar to these other guys in the red and white livery. But this guy is more muscled and more serious and more martial looking, where the other two looked like, slack or college grad type guards.
Mm.
This guy looks like serious business type guard, and then there's a short little round faced fat guy who's wearing a waistcoat and a jacket, a nice jacket and dark pants, and you think raised shoes, although it's hard to be. And he is quite certainly the mayor. And he says, "Hello, travelers. I see
Oh.
you met our wonderful Marigold."
And Tom.
He's
Or
very,
Brett.
very hospitable.
Mhm.
There's a brief flicker in his eye of dislike when you mention the cat, but he says,
It's
"Well," he says, "I'm quite certain she can. You are free to stay and talk with her. However, we do have a curfew in effect in Limno, and since you have come inside, I would like to escort you to the inn. And we can see to it that you are properly accommodated comfortably, and then, well, I'm sure if there's further business you have, I doubt it's in our sleepy little town of small account."
That's a very specific way to say it. I'm realizing. And now that I know that's on the factory's lands, I'm really suspicious of that particular phrasing.
It doesn't seem very small, but
Well, as towns go, it certainly isn't a city. I mean, but yes, we do take some pride in it. We have a nice wall, and you should see. Well, I mean, we've got some things to be proud of, as it were. He looks at the wise woman. She looks back at him, giving away nothing. He says, "But we should get you to the inn. Yes, we definitely should."
all right. Marigold, right?
Yeah, she says yes.
I'd like.
She's wrapped the bread in a handkerchief.
I heard that you make things, that you weave and knit things. Could I request a scarf?
She considers that, thinking about it. And the mayor says, "Well, I'm sure she's gotten." She says, "I'm sure she's got quite a load already." And she says, "No, I'm quite clearing, actually. A proper scarf would require a few basic measurements. Could you come by tomorrow?"
Sure.
Sure, we'll both stop by.
"I believe that on the morning bell." And she says, "And I'll have you measured in no time." The mayor just gives her this look in askance, and she just looks back at him. The cat purrs. He says,
I imagine Jules kind of blindly reaches over and just scratches the cat's head, just like, "Good kitty, keep the noise up, keep annoying him."
Good kitty.
Get it, good kitty.
For whatever reason, the cat does not object.
Definitely swatted at me. Maybe it likes girls. Maybe it only likes girls.
So the mayor is trying to take you to the inn if you guys are going.
All right.
I guess we'll go. I mean,
guess we'll
I
come back.
imagine Jules is bringing up the rear, and she glances back before they fully leave the place, just mouthing, "We'll be back," and then closes the door behind them.
Marigold
Is there any bread shoved in our hands?
Yeah, you got the bread. It smells delicious. Yeah, he does look at that. He looks at the bread.
Yeah, I asked the mayor, what, I mean, hopefully it wasn't too much trouble. We had considered stopping by, but it was late.
We
You know,
don't have
why did
no, not at all. Not at all. No, no, no. It's quite fine. We're proud of our little town in its way. He actually takes you this way. He says, yeah, if you're the hard drinking type, we have quite a tavern there. You can see the tankard. Can anybody make out the name?
Jules just busts out in laughter.
Where is it? I'm not seeing.
Why? Why would you name the bar that?
I find it funny. Shut up, Russell. I find it funny.
Why would you?
Why wouldn't you?
And he says the owner keeps roosters.
Nice. Alright, that's a fair...
I'm a child. I'm a child, and I know it. I'm a child.
I mean, at least, is it hard on business sometimes?
And he says we have our own wizard's tower.
A wizard's tower?
Yes, we have a magician, a traveling magician.
Oh.
Who's put down roots here and a tower, his own tower. He looks up and
Jeez, that's
nods.
a big tower.
He's very pleased. And
I was about to say, is it the Dunkin' Donuts? Is that the tower the wizard's in?
yeah, so the inn is there. This is the inn. And he is ushering you towards it, although you can see. By the way, is somebody not able to see?
Yeah, I'm not able to get in.
Okay.
Well,
A giant Coke can.
Yes, there is
if
a.
you can kick my ghost out, I can join.
Okay, hold on a second. This will take a second because of the way this.
God, I wish. Can we take pictures in here? Russell pulls out his phone. It's like, can we get a picture?
Do you think anyone's going to believe that we saw a giant cola can in the crater in the moon?
I don't think this day and age our phones have cameras on them.
Unfortunately, no.
No. Oh, it's too bad. I left my camera at home. If I had known we were coming to the fucking moon.
I mean, how could you predict that we were going to be on the fucking moon?
Okay, I think I just closed everybody out.
You're good.
You guys can't see anything, right? Okay,
Nope.
hold on. Yeah, hang on.
Technical difficulties, folks. And Violet.
Yeah, well.
Just making her appearance, like Caleb did.
Okay. Allow. You guys can see that?
There we go. Zach, what'd you do?
I just hit my knee. That's all.
Better than your head.
Laugh at my pain.
Schadenfreude. Oh lord, everything's upside down.
I mean, we are on. Yeah. It wouldn't shock me if we were.
There's the town.
In the distance.
That giant fucking cola can.
Yeah.
We'll find the
That's the one thing that stands out above everything else in the town is just that giant freaking cola can.
There is.
We'll see the giant that put it there. He'll come back for a day, and then he'll just take a sip and place it right back down.
Yeah, this mode is kind of problematic, but you know,
Slowly but surely.
you have
Almost there.
this view of soaring over the town.
Almost there.
Mm,
And
Touchdown! Don't go crashing into the end.
yeah. Well,
meow.
you can see there's some other stuff over there.
That's a gallows.
That's
what
a
the fuck?
gallows. Why?
What's the sign on the Coke can say?
Why is it gently attached to the soda can?
What's what?
That's not a sign, Steven. I think that's a pre-existing barcode that's just heavily skewed.
No, that looks like a sign.
There's something out there.
And what the
Well-
hell is?
What the fuck is that?
It looks like a terminal, but it has
Oh.
a face.
Yeah. So the mayor actually wants to get you signed in. You know, it wants to get you ensconced in the in the tavern, in the inn. The inn is dimly lit and sleepy, but there are there's a person there, a woman who is like the innkeeper's wife or something,
Oh.
and they have a small but tidy room with 2 bunk beds. And you guys are quickly, and for a small amount of your money, like $5 that you have, they kind of haggle over prices in quid or something that you don't have any of, and then they look at your at your bills, and a 5 will be fine.
Alright. Cheapest hotel room ever.
And so so he seems like the mayor, is like, okay, this is under control. This is under control, and he, kind of moves his hands, and he does welcome you, and he says that they've already had some food, but if they need drink or anything else, or blankets, I'm sure the inn will will take care of you, and
Alright.
you guys should be able to rest well. And she's a good knitter, but I don't know if she would be quite right for you. More of a feminine touch, I think, than perhaps you would want. Anyway,
I'll have you know that my mom made my scarf, and I loved it. And if she's gonna make a similar style, then I'm going to enjoy it.
well, there's no arguing with that. I'll send George around in the morning to take you, make sure everything goes well. Then, all right.
Thank you.
Good. Have a good sleep. Nice sturdy walls, good sturdy bed and ceiling. Nothing but the best here for the weary travelers.
Yeah, better than the wasteland.
Yeah. And he kind of backs out, looks around, gives himself sort of a everything is under control, everything's been taken care of look, and he goes. You guys can look around if you want to, or you can.
Right. Well, Jules, the first thing she says once she hears that the mayor has basically made his way out of the inn, anybody else gives it really weird fucking vibes from that guy, or is it just me?
It's not just you.
Thank you.
He's a very small man in a very large town, and it's kind of odd. He seems nice, but all things considered,
He seems on edge, like constantly, including mentally.
Well, I think his job is to make sure that everyone's obedient, so that the foreman doesn't have to come and take care of things.
more likely than not.
Right. But still, I mean, did anybody else notice as we were walking around the inn to get to the front door, beside the giant cola can, which still bugs me and freaks me out, there's a fucking gallows.
I think we want to take a look around here, but I suspect there's a problem.
That curfew would be
We can wait until morning. The problem is deeper than that.
mm,
What is your position, your ethical, moral position on baby eating? Are you okay with it? Is it the sort of not my problem, not my baby, or is that the
Why
sort
do you
of thing?
bring this up?
It is a problem.
Oh, we're in a town.
that
where
the foreman
the
eats
actual authority is a baby eater.
Well, we're not babies, so I know we don't gotta worry about it, but
So your point is not my baby, not my problem.
I mean that's not quite what I'm getting at, but it's just like I'm not okay with it existing, but I also would rather not piss it off.
Well,
It doesn't have a problem eating babies, so it probably won't have a problem eating me.
well, see, that's the problem. If you want to go look around the town and look at the means of execution and talk to these good people, and if you do that, honestly,
we may get devoured.
baby eating dictator.
Well, I mean, the
We're going
thing.
to-
I mean,
you're-
everybody else around here probably is scared because they can't deal with this baby eater. But then you got us.
Who's to say we're strong enough to take something on like that?
I'm strong enough to not go down without a fucking fight.
I think all of these people here are pretty clearly wusses.
That's fair to say, but again,
And their mayor certainly doesn't inspire terror.
no.
Really, no.
But nonetheless, we should be cautious about it.
I
If
agree.
we do plan on doing something here beyond, just finding Sarah.
Well, I'd like to. I'm not the
Well, I
radical.
mean, we do have a couple of days because you heard what Magnolia said. The train only comes by every few days, and we're not sure what its schedule is. So we'll probably have time to kill before we head down to the train tracks.
Let's assume 2 to 3 days.
So
Yeah,
we've
2
got
to 3
time,
days. So maybe figure out what the hell this thing is, and maybe get rid of it.
we've got time to kill and maybe a foreman to kill. I like it. There's a nice symmetry there.
We should probably be careful of what we speak here, especially since we don't know who could be listening.
I'm gonna peek outside, but there could be sparrows or whatever listening. Yeah, we'll be.
Sarah's at the temple. We know there's no.
He means the bird sparrows, you idiot.
I know.
God damn it.
If there's
You're
a
getting
talking
closer
cat,
and closer to me punching you in the face, Russell.
I'll have you know I'll have you know, I don't want you biting my neck, for God's sake.
Not with my teeth, with my fist, you fuckwad.
There is something glowing over there.
In
You
the
can't
distance.
tell what it is. Yeah, well, in the middle of the screen, next to the gallows, next to the gigantic Coke can, there's a huge Gothic cathedral-looking thing over here, and a large, giant mansion with statuary and strange lights and foreboding Gothic towers.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
you can see factories and the smokestacks in the distance, miles of smokestacks.
We got a lot to explore tomorrow, so I say since the mayor's main guards are going to be busy escorting Russell to get his measurements for his scarf, Vasily, you want to try poking around the town? See what we can figure out?
I think we should.
Okay.
Russell, you think you can keep him preoccupied long enough to let us figure out what the hell's going on around here? Maybe figure out what this foreman is all about?
Potentially. I
Okay.
could cause some trouble if you guys want.
Well, not too much trouble to get you arrested or thrown and locked up or anything like that,
Oh,
but
I didn't mean
just
anything like that.
enough to keep their hands full that they can't watch us at the same time they're watching you.
I mean, I can start a fight at the bar. Why not?
Please don't start a fight at the bar. That's my shtick.
Well, you're the one exploring, not me.
Fair point, but just again, don't get yourself in too much trouble. Because if I gotta bust you out of a jail cell, I won't resist that. I will not resist the temptation to blow up a bunch of fuckers on the way in and out.
Well, you could do it with stealth and not use bombs.
Honey, I am not known for stealth. I know for being bodacious and kicking indoors and asking questions never. You know me by this point.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna call it here for the night.
Until then, bedtime. As she swiftly strips off her shirt and lays down. Good night, boys.
All right.
Okay, let's all sleep on the moon.
Do you want the top bunk or the bottom
Yeah.
bunk, Vasily?
I will take the bottom. Well, I'll take the top. I've got antler.
All right.
Yeah, if lightning comes coming in through the window, it'll hit you first.
Exactly.
And you guys can.
Something nice and purple, honestly staring at us in the distance. High above the clouds.
Yep.
And we're ending on the noose. Thank goodness.
Steven is busy with the child, so.
Okay. Okay.
Not a problem. Let's just go ahead and wrap this up.
I'm gonna say you guys trying to fuck with the foreman of the factory is a fucking terrible idea.
No.
You guys are in
Maybe
so
it is, but we're still gonna
fucking
try
far-
it.
You guys are in so fucking far over your heads and you don't even know it.
Well, that's the point of it. But until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you join us in our next game for whatever the hell we're about to dive into, because evidently we are in shit deeper than Sarah is right now. But until next time, live on, play strong, and roll out. We will see you next time.
See you later.
Bye-bye.